Hiya all my Ali Pallies, and thank you for joining me today. Now today I thought I'd do a get ready with me, and I've kind of inspired myself again with playing around with my nail colours, but I'm not really setting out to match what. Yes, I did. No, that is very true. Let me just finish. That is very true. Jack said, can you try using purple, red and orange to make a kind of sunsetty look? So I did this for him. It was his suggestion, but it's inspired me to do another look. So I'm not really setting out to copy my nails, but it's just that I've been up at night, I've been in a lot of pain. I really have found it difficult to motivate myself. And I know that once I get my makeup on, I'm going to feel a lot better. And this gives me an idea to work with. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to use this today because I think that this has had surprisingly little coverage in terms of seeing it written about anywhere. This is the iconic Sunset to Sunrise palette. Now it's £45. I'm going to show you the colours because the colours are beautiful. Okay, and I'm just thinking that a couple of days ago we've seen the release of the Natasha Denona Coral palette. We've had the Sunrise palette. We've had the Sunset palette before. There's a lot of corals going on at the moment. Everyone doing corals. And this one I haven't seen a lot. And actually, it's very good value. And I think it's a good mix of colours. Now, to just give you a comparison, this is £45 to buy from Iconic London. But it's got 38 grams of product in it. Okay, 38 grams and 20 eyeshadows. Now, Natasha Denona's has got 19 grams, half the amount, and 15 shadows. So, you know, when you're looking at amounts, it's very good value. So I'm going to use that today. Now, before I go in, I want a bit more of a kind of skin look. I really don't want to go over the top. I just want to make myself feel a bit human again. But whenever I do, I like to use this, which is, if you've been following me for a while, you've seen me use this. I still haven't run out, and I use it quite regularly. I'm waiting for it to go empty, the next pump, probably. It's Studio 10 glowplexion, and you put a tiny bit there on your finger, and you rub it in, and I like to put it underneath my foundation to give me a bit of a glow. It gives a beautiful glow. I've done my magic cream, I've done my sunscreen, but it just gives that glow to the skin and just helps me look a little bit less tired and makes me feel better. And so I'm going to now mix the new Airbrush Flawless Finish foundation with Unisex Healthy Glow because I want more of a BB cream today, and I wanted that underneath to give me a bit more glow. So I'm going to mix the warm one, I think, just again because I just feel a bit washed out. I might not look it, I don't know what you think, but when I feel a bit washed out, I think I'm just going to put the warm in. I've probably put too much on my hand there, but I don't have to mix it all in. And then I'm going to put some Unisex Healthy Glow next to it and add a little drop of this very full coverage foundation, so I really don't need a lot, into the Unisex Healthy Glow and apply to my face because I want more of a skin-like natural coverage I'm in the mood for today. And then with Unisex Healthy Glow, you always put it on with your hands anyway, because that's what activates the pigment. And when I did this before, and I set it with It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores powder, it just left the skin looking really flawless, but like my own skin as well. I think the new foundation is great, but because it's full coverage, it looks a bit too polished to look completely like your own skin. It's very light, but if you want it to look like your skin, sometimes seeing a few little freckles popping through, a bit of discoloration, makes you look more natural, if you know what I mean. It's always a tricky balance, because I do like full coverage, as you know. I'm just going to put some under my eyes and around my eyes, because this Unisex Healthy Glow is very good for that. And I saw a dermatologist talking about eyes, and obviously you've got to be careful under your eyes, but she was saying that everybody's a little bit too afraid of... I've always sort of given my eyes a bit of a massage. Obviously you don't want to stretch the skin, but I think sometimes I alarm people by being quite rough. Or I look quite rough. I'm not being rough, but because I'm actually getting the blood flow going around my eyes. But you have to do what you feel comfortable with. I personally like to just give them a bit of a massage, but without pulling too much. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of the unblended foundation and dot that over that bit of pigment there and blend that in. So I'm just covering, literally covering the bit that I want to cover up, and a little bit round my nose where I've got my thread veins. So I'm kind of using this more like a concealer. The undiluted bit of the foundation as more like a concealer. And Jack saying hi. Okay, now you've seen Magic Away. I've used it a lot recently. And just to kind of rotate my concealers, I'm going to use this one, which I got just before my last batch of Magic Away, which is Estée Lauder Double Wear Instant Fix Concealer. And what's really nice about it is it's got this brightening serum on one end, which really hydrates the eyes and brightens it as well. It's sort of got brightening, reflecting kind of particles in it. And I'm just going to dab that in with my fingers. And then I'm going to get my Real Techniques Expert Concealer brush and use the other end, which is the concealer. And I'm using shade 3N Medium Neutral. Okay, I'll just get the brush. Okay, and I'm just going to start off by using a little bit, and then if I need more, I can always build it up. I say a little bit for me, because I do tend to use quite a bit of concealer, I know. So I'm just going to take it from the inner corner there and sweep it out, because this is quite good coverage, this Estée Lauder one, but it's very lightweight as well. And it's going to leave quite a natural finish. Feels quite cooling on the eyes, this concealer. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to use some of it on my lids so it can act as a primer. What I've done is I've used warm foundation, but I've used a neutral concealer, which will already brighten your eyes without actually going too much lighter. than your normal skin tone, so you don't always have to go a shade lighter in your concealer. Also, kind of, if you're warm, you can switch to a medium, which will automatically brighten your eyes. If you're cool, you can do the opposite and switch to a warm, and the peach tones can act as a good colour corrector. Some really good little tricks that people play. Okay, I'm just going to get to my powder and then we're all ready to start with this look. Okay, I absolutely love this powder, and it's called Bye Bye Pores. It's a loose powder by It Cosmetics. You don't actually need, it comes with a little puffer, but you don't actually need a lot of it. And when they were demonstrating it, I bought mine from QVC. They put the tiniest amount. Hold on. Okay, sorry, I got interrupted because the buzzer went. So this is It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores, and you need the tiniest amount in the lid. So you just tip some in the lid. And it just, you may not notice it when you apply it to the skin, but when you take a photograph, you will really see. I'm going to zoom in here so that you can see as best as possible. Now, if you buy it from QVC, you can get it in a set with this brush, and the brush is lovely. Their brushes are really good, and you get them for a lot cheaper than buying the brush separately, so it's definitely worth looking on QVC. And that's about the amount of powder I've got in the lid, but I could probably even get away with less. And then you just swirl the brush around, so you've loaded up the brush, and then you apply it. So it just takes the shine off without taking the glow off. I'm just trying to dab some under my eyes. Can you see that? And it just, where you've got pores, my pores tend to be around my nose area, these little bits of my cheek, and up there and on my chin. And I'm not really bothering to do that much on the rest of my face. It just makes your skin look lovely. It takes away any enlarged pores. And I'll just dust a bit over my eyes like that to set that concealer on my eyes, and that's it. And you really, that's all. I'm just take a tiny little, that much more. And you're done. I just love it. It's just really natural, doesn't look powdery, and I think it's got some skin benefits as well in it. Poreless Finish Airbrush Powder, collagen, soluble collagen, and it's got vitamin E, it's got aloe, so it's got some really good ingredients for the skin. And those are the top ingredients, not the little ones tucked right at the bottom as well. Those were like the first. Silica is the first, soluble collagen, magnesium ascorbyl phosphate, which I think is vitamin C, and vitamin E. I can't pronounce it, but vitamin E, trust me. Hydrolyzed silk and aloe barbensis leaf juice. Hydrolyzed collagen, niacinamide, ascorbyl palmitate. They're all, so vitamin C, vitamin E, aloe, all, that's the first things that I didn't leave anything out there before you even get in Camellia sinensis leaf, which is camellia oil. All in a powder. Love it. Anyway, not sponsored, just, I wish I was. I wish QVC would send me a few things, but no. There you go. So that is the powder done, and now I'm going to get on to the eye look. Okay, first off, I'm going to go in with this matte shade, this light one up here, and I'm just going to put that over my entire lid, like so, just to make sure it's completely dry. And this is called Summer Loving, this shade. So it's a sort of peachy shade. And actually, I'm going to take a little bit of this and I'm going to put it underneath because it's got a bit of peach in. It's going to take away any dark shadows underneath. I don't normally prime under my lids, but I'm going to today. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with the shade Tequila Sunrise, which is this one here. No, first of all, no, I'm going to do Tequila Sunrise. I was going to do this and gradually build it up, but I can't go in for intricacy today. So I'm going to go in with this one, which is Tequila Sunrise, and I'm just going to work this up into the crease. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to jump to this very dark shade called All Nighter, which is right at the top. This one here. It looks very dark, but I seem to remember from this palette that they're not quite as dark as they look. Well, it's not too bad. But I'm just going to build that up in the corner there. In my little triangle, and I'm just placing it roughly at the moment. A little bit of smudging, but mainly I'm going to go back in and blend it all in a minute. And then I'm just taking it underneath. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with the shimmer shade. Okay, and with that, I'm going to put on this shade called Coral Reef, which is this one here. And it's a beautiful shimmer shade, and I'm sure it's going to make me smile. And then right in the centre, I'm going to go in with this one called Havana. Just a pop in the centre. Right, now I'm going to get to blending this bit in a bit more with a bigger, fluffier brush, and I'll be right back. Okay, I really did want to get some red in here because, as I said, I'm inspired by my nails. So I'm just going to swap palettes because there isn't one in here that is actually red enough. And I want something really sunsetty red. So bear with me a second. Okay, I found a red. So I'm going to go in with a mixture actually of Prick, that's what it's called, and cherry soda. And I'm going to mix those two together, and I'm going to put that just at the base of my crease, just to intensify it a bit and make it more red. So I'm just going in with a pencil brush, mixing both shades. I'm just going to put that up there for a second, and then in we go. Right, I'll just do the other one and then I'll get to blending it. And then while I've got it here, there's so much on the brush, I'm just going to take a bit of that down as well. Right, now I'm going to clean off that pencil brush and blend it in, but blend it with a pencil brush because I don't want to blend it away to nothing. If I blend it in too much with that purple, then it won't look red anymore, and I want it to still look a bit red. Bless you. Now I'm swapping over brushes to go with my blending brush. Okay, so I'm just going to blend it in with this deluxe crease brush now that I've kind of blended it in a little bit with the pencil brush. Okay, now a couple more things before I finish with the eyes. I'm next going to go back to the original palette, the iconic palette, and I'm going to add my yellow right at the top, which is this one here called Mimosa. And finally, I want to highlight my brows. I'm sorry, I always get tongue-tied when I'm like this. I can't, I call it my pain brain. When I'm in pain, I'd sometimes struggle to find the words that I want to say. Does anyone else have that? Anyway, I'm going to take Daniel's smudge brush. I'm just making sure that it's nice and clean. And I'm going to take this one, which is called Moonlit, here. And I'm going to use that to highlight the top under my brow and in the inner corner. Okay, now I'm going to do my mascara. I'm going to do some black liner, and I'm going to do my upper waterline, my brows, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm just going to use some Filmstar Bronze and Glow to sculpt. This is the light to medium. I probably could do with the darker one at the moment, but I just want everything in one place. I can't keep getting up to get different things.
Why do you drink too, Jean?
And then I'm going to sculpt underneath here. And then I'm going to use it as a bronzer. I'm just going to turn this round and just do it like this. With this little brush. More in circular movements. And actually do a little bit of a nose contour. Right, now I'm going to do my lipstick and finish off with my blusher. Okay, I'm going to go in with this lip cheek called Bad Romance. And then I'm just going to fill them in a bit. Jack's showing off his new glasses.
No, I'm not. I'm just sneaking boss.
Okay, and I'm going to get some lipstick and I'll be right back. Okay, next on in, I'm going to use Hell's Bells. Now I'm going to blot that down because I'm going to introduce another colour, and I bet you can guess what. I'll be right back. Okay, and last off, just in the middle, I'm going to put some So Marilyn, and I'm going to blend it all together. Now the way I'm going to do that is by blotting it down once more on a tissue paper. And then last up, I'm going to finish off by using this lip luster in Red Vixen. So it's got a mix of colours, a little bit like my nails. Okay, and to finish off, I'm just going to do some blush. I'll just get some and I'll be right back. Okay, last on in, to finish off, I'm going to use this Lovegasm palette. So I haven't used that for a few weeks. So I'm just going to take the two blushes and mix them together and use it as a blush. And then using the angle bit, I'm going to go in with the highlighter shade and just take it up here. Let's put a bit in the centre. Okay, and that is my finished look for the day. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll be a bit more upbeat tomorrow. Now, just a bit of information before I go. I do have an appointment tomorrow at 12 o'clock with Foot Health to have a look at my feet. So I'm not going to be back by 1, but I have got the new palette coming tomorrow, the Walk of Shame palette. So what I thought I'd do is, when I get back in, when the palette arrives, I will do a video, a first impression, and then I will change my live to Thursday. So I'm just going to change it for this week so that you can see the palette as soon as it arrives. I don't want to be doing a first impression and then getting cut off. So I'll do the live on Thursday instead at 1 o'clock. And tomorrow, tune in and see Walk of Shame first impression eyeshadow palette. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this look, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care and have a lovely day. Bye-bye. Mwah.